good idea, I will signal.
Here we go. Are we all in it?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Tonight at the Electric Factory, the headliners are the Front Bottoms. Right now, we're just gathered on a pool table, hanging out. That's how we do. Hello, gentlemen. How are you?
I'm good. Very good.
Good to see you.
Good.
Good. Thumbs up.
Morning.
Good.
Thumbs up.
All
Good.
good.
I think a huge testament to you guys is the last time I saw you was in this like little DIY art space, and that was just a couple of months ago. And now you're here headlining the factory. That's a cool jump.
Yeah, it's very nice. Feels very positive. So that's cool.
Does it feel like everything's happening as fast for you guys as it does for me? As someone who, you know, first heard Maps and got into you guys, it feels like things are picking up steam like very quickly. Does it feel like it's happening as
I
quick
don't
for you?
think it's as quickly for us because we've been doing this for like the last 7 years.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely in terms of like some shit, it is very quick.
Ever since we started, like the very beginning, it was always like a positive, forward-moving thing.
Right.
So like it just kind of always felt like, okay, this is the next positive thing. This is the next positive thing. And you know, in a place like Philadelphia, like that was very evident. We would play basements, and then we would play the Fire, and then we would play, you know, the next one, and then, you know, World Cafe, right? And then now Electric Factory, we did a bunch of opening shows, so it always felt like, oh, okay, this is good, this is progressing, this is positive.
Does it still feel cool when it, like you get the headline spot at a venue like this is a legendary venue here in town? Like the fact that you were here and you've opened for people, does that resonate to you that you're here and you're headlining it?
We've been fortunate enough to go on some pretty awesome tours opening up for bands like Say Anything in Manchester, so to play those venues with those guys and then come back and be able to headline them, it's awesome.
Speaking of Manchester, I feel like Manchester Orchestra, Brand New, and Kevin Devine, you guys are all like super friends and you have a clubhouse. Is that is that as true as it seems?
Clubhouse exists.
Yeah?
I would say
Is there a
some
secret
ways.
handshake that I don't know about?
No secret handshake.
Right? But I feel like you guys are always playing together.
Yeah, it's we've been like lucky enough to make friends with those guys, and they're like such awesome, talented musicians, and somebody that we all, I think, looked up to growing up. And like I would go and see Brand New and Manchester and Kevin Devine play at this venue in Rhode Island called Lupos, which we're actually going to play in like 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
So it's pretty awesome. And then to be able to open up for those guys and meet them and have them be as like kind as you could really ever imagine. It's like,
Right.
oh, okay, this is awesome, and we owe a lot to them. So
It's just
exciting.
funny because, I mean, Brand New people are fanatical, myself included. And it seems like now they play 2 nights everywhere, and it's Manchester opens one night and you guys open the other night, and Kevin's on everything.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just-
awesome. That works for us, you know.
The album, it came out this summer, Back on Top, and it does feel like everything's grown a lot, not even just like where you guys are playing and what you guys are doing, but the sound has grown a lot. And I think the cool thing is it's grown and it sounds, you know, slicker and more polished, but not over processed. Like it feels like a natural progression for you guys.
Totally, yeah. I think we could all say we felt, let's progress and develop, but let's do it naturally and not try to force. So I think that's kind of how we came up with what we got.
Is that a conscious thing, like the idea of, hey, we want to grow this sound and make it sound bigger, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's kind of cool that you said all that because that means we did what we kind of wanted to do.
Good. That's what I was counting on.
Yeah. I think when we made this record, we were like, let's make it bigger and fuller than the last one.
Right.
Write together, and I guess it was successful.
For you two, you know, being friends as long as you have, and you two not as long as they have, is there any kind of weird inside joke that they have that you just go, I don't know what the hell they're talking about?
Probably just when they make out, right?
Yeah.
You guys got a
Yeah.
little confused about that? Karen?
Yeah, I definitely feel confused when I watch that, but in, you know, a different way.
But no, but seriously, I mean, you guys have known each other forever.
Yeah. Well, now we're all together, like, literally the last 4 years of our lives every single day, so it's like any inside joke just rolls over to
Yeah.
all of us.
Kieran and Tom, you guys were friends for like probably just as long as me and Matt.
Yeah, a
so
little
like
less, but-
the dynamic of like me and Matt doing this, hustling, and then having Kieran and Tom come in, it's just kind of like, you know, you wouldn't be able to do this being with a group of individuals that you couldn't get along with. And
Yeah.
like, you know, like, cause it's 24 hours a day, literally for like 2 months straight in the studio. and then you also have to be like creative with these people, and you have to bounce ideas off of them, and you have to like feel confident. So it is exciting that like the dynamic of the four of us together, and I think we got like super lucky, you know, in terms of like it all just kind of came together kind of naturally. And you know, we knew Kieran for a little while. He played a lot of guitar and trumpet on the self-titled album, and he was like, you know, I know this guy. His name's Tom. He's like a little weird, but he's good at bass. And Tom came over, and it all just kind of clicked. And so like that's basically been the past 4 years. So it feels like, yeah, it feels great.
You guys, a couple more shows here on the U.S. tour, and then it's over to the U.K., and then doing some Europe stuff. How different is that? I always wonder about bands that are very, like, American bands, like how they play in, I don't know, Switzerland. And is it all, like, English-speaking people that come and see you, or how does that work? That's always, like, this weird Rubik's Cube that I don't quite get.
Switzerland is an interesting place. It's funny you should mention that, because I feel like people there don't really know the music, but they like to dress like they're Americans, like maybe wear like a cowboy hat and a vest, and they're like, oh, I'll go see an American band. But they don't really know what's going on. They're just, you know, playing the part.
Yeah, they come to see an American rock band.
Yeah.
That's like what they know.
And they wear their cowboy outfits. That's awesome. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll dress as a cowboy tonight for the Front Bottom show. I feel like that's the thing. Are you tired of people screaming at you during shows yet? Why can't we call you Steven? Is that?
No, that's okay. You know, during shows, that's totally fine. It's like, you know, walking down the street when people are like screaming at me, like outside of the venue. It's just like, oh, okay, like.
Well, you put it in a song, man.
I know.
Do it.
I know. You know, and that was like, you know, there is a story behind that, but I like to just let people let it be theirs, like however they want to take it. So if their reaction is like, let me scream at Brian, that's great. That's cool.
You can stream at Brian and everybody tonight. The Front Bottoms tonight at the Electric Factory. Thanks so much, Jess.
Oh, thank you.
Where the light bulb was invented.